Grand Rising, coming to you at 0 hours and 10 hours, 10 minutes. It is Tuesday, November 16, 2021. And I want to admit that Otho Williams Jr., I am a dusty, incel, black male, no good male, low value male. That's what I want people to recognize today. And if you see the cover I used is Charlie Brown Pigpen. You are dusty and dirty based on. So after my intro and these messages, let's get into this. All black men not the same, but we share the same pain, but we all grouped in. But if you talk about things that ain't to blame, but we slaying down in the bridges because we lift each other up. See, some can't get it because they want to be part of it, but they draw apart because they say they all about it. But when it comes to truth, they ain't nothing but the bully man. But then they hold on, they run it on the other man. But the same man that come down on all of us, we all follow the same tricks that we falling on. So those the curses that we balance and we come to. We got to understand all about the real truth. You say you're false in the lies. You don't lie, but you look in your eyes. You saying something that don't realize. But if you calling it out, then call it in. Bring the brothers back to holding the hands. We dab fist, pit it, pound up, fist in the air. If you don't kill, wave it around like you just don't care. Going back to the 90s, coming to 2021. We supposed to be all united as one. But brother, hold on. Why you separating you? See, you say you a little different, but you don't telling the truth. But you don't hold on to the things that I value too. See, you would do something different, but speak another way. You walk another way and another down the aisle, then another route you take. It's not the same place. So hold on and listen and relax your mind. Listen what the other brothers got to say this time. But you don't even want to do that. You got to interfere because in your ears, you're worrying about what they really care. I don't care about you, only in a loving way. But we can join hands and bring it up another day. And one more time, I'm going to say it again. Brothers United, the Brotha Talk series is here to stay. So I wanted to put this message out there. In the YouTube world, a lot of brothers are not online. It's discussions that goes on that don't involve YouTube. You know why I don't involve you brothers in YouTube? This is not a diss. Okay. I'm talking to you about a matter that's bothering me. And I start crying. What you do? And this is what we do. Oh, yeah, parental. Hold on. Let me put that. This is parental because I'm not going to hold back words. Thank you, brother. And this is not a diss. And for you, Sly, and other brothers that you showed me, this is what these brothers offline, and I love you, man. I was hurt. Brothers offline, we do things that we can include the whole secular of brothers. You want to know why? They don't. Okay, that's like I say it to you the way I experienced it. I can't say something to a brother without called weak or soft or how we say pussy, a chump. What it does, it bring these brothers in. To say, all right, express yourself, and it's like a think tank. Let's look at thought processes. if a thought process come in, a singular mind or a group of another, I want to say group because I want to take away labels right now. That's why I say I'm a dusty incel, low value male, and I come in. So I'm a dusty incel, low value male because I don't make over 60,000 because at my age group, age bracket, I should be making 62,000 or more, but I'm not. But on a given year, I can make 60,000, not based on my work income. My work income, and then now what we talk about is a skill set income. Skill set is, just say this week, I didn't have a job. I call them jobs. When I go to work, I call it work because you know what I call it work? I don't want to be there, and it's something I have. Work is something you have to do. Job is more of something, okay, you're enjoying it. I'm getting it. I'm understanding my duty. But work, you don't want to be there. So I do those jobs because those are jobs. Work is when I wake up 9 to 5 or I work 12 to 8. I work 12 to 8. That's work. Thank you, brother. That's work. I go to work, and if a brother's, I don't know how long y'all have today. If you want to come up, you can come up. But I just want to share this real quick, and we can get into the discussion. And I want to open the hearts and minds of all the brothers because it's the reason why we have a different mind. I'm sorry, this can sound like a white guy. I believe in mannerism, etiquette, respect. Like if I was going to a job interview, I wouldn't wear Jordans, I wouldn't wear jeans, I wouldn't wear a jersey. So in these boards that these brothers are scared to come on YouTube. They don't have social media, but I want to come on. But as soon as that brother said, I don't make a certain dollar amount, that girl says she don't, that's what he's battling with. He's battling. I don't care. What if the man propped all of himself up? He make over 60,000 now. He have his stuff together, and he's not good at talking to women. But he's talking to women, but let's say he do want to approach Sanaa Lathan. There shouldn't be no problem with that, but in reality, in actuality, there is. But what if he don't? What if he approach the woman that's not so high on him, not so great on him, or another type of brother or another type of woman that don't fit his, I guess you could say, vernacular of his manness. And for some reason, this is not a diss. Brothers, we got to understand sometimes that, why did I go away? Okay, there we go. Sometimes that we don't align in similarities and we need help. But these brothers that's in these discussion boards, they're helping each other. They're bringing light, just like encourage, uplift. These are not pillmen. These are not what you call them, MGTOW, SYS. I don't even know them terms. I don't even study them. I don't even look at them because our ideal of a man is not in a square, not in a bubble. It's outside of the bubble. It's inside of the bubble. It's my brother right here. How you doing today, brother? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. How you doing
Yeah,
today?
I'm good, man. I'll get some gas when get ready to go to work.
Okay, I appreciate you and thank you for stopping by. And
No problem.
this is a heart to heart for such as brothers that we in different groups or discussion boards, forums, and I want to help brothers understand of you can have those things, but everybody don't have to be involved. So, instance, I wouldn't call an electrician to do plumber work. I'm gonna call a plumber, but at the same time, I know my house was built including the plumbing and the electricity in my house. So I got these lights running. I got this running, the water running. So when that job needs to be done, I will call the plumber or the electrician, or I know how to do it myself. The multiple skill set. And can I ask, what are some things Now I say, and also a lot of the brothers don't come to the social media platforms because that's why I named that. I'm an incel, dusty, low value black man because I don't make $62,000 a year. I don't have certain things, but I do have money in the bank, or it don't fit all of the criteria. Where the camera at? The criterias or the what we call of value. What are some things you would encourage, uplift, or share with brothers that's told that every day and not being funny? It sounds funny because some black men, I don't know, it's not that they don't get it. Certain words they use and it sounds like, oh, he not tough, he not strong. It actually scares those men away to want to come enter because they say, well, I don't fit all of that. Why would I be in a space where I'm be called weak, pussy, because I'm trying to do my best. I'm putting my best foot forward, whether I have a lot of money or not, whether I have a house or not. What are some things that you would encourage, or what is your idea? You don't have to really go off of that question. What do you think about that? Grand Rising, brother.
All right, Grand Rising. For one, you know that what you were just saying, the dusty beta, all that. I mean, just taking that out the lexicon for one. I mean, that's. I always say this. We have an issue trying to go into society standards. You know, society standards put us in the mindset of we need to be a certain way or we need to look or act a certain way. You know, just for one, just take that out of the lexicon. I mean, a dusty is a term degrading and all that, and beta, beta male and all that. I'm not that. You know, these are the terms that people use on YouTube and outside of this space to gain like a sense of power over somebody a level. So for one, that I don't even consider none of those things as, you know, for a man to even, you know, express for itself. Two, you know, like you were just talking about, I'm pretty a good handyman. Guys need to start back getting, you know, used to working with their hands. And even if you don't work with your hands, at least have some knowledge of it, you know, to the point to where, you know, you're not being taken advantage of. You know, I once had one of my cars, I took it in the shop and I had a warranty, extended warranty. So they were able to fix my AC compressor, but then they told me I had a leak in my radiator. But what they did was they took the original dealership clamp off, and I forgot the name of this other clamp that they use where you like screw it in. But basically, when they took that off, they just loosened it up. And I was like, this car came from the dealership. Why they have this style type of clamp on here? And this is normally what you know you use for repairs. This car had never been repaired. I got it straight from the dealership. I checked it out before I bought it. So I never seen that clamp on there before. Me knowing a little about cars and knowing, you know, just the basics, I knew they were taking advantage of me. So all I did was tighten that clamp up, drove the car, never had an issue with leaks on my radiator again. And they knew that like I said, the extended warranty didn't cover the radiator. They were trying to get extra money from me. Right. But they knew that they covered the compressor for the AC, which the warranty people paid, and then I had to be on the hook for the radiator. So by me knowing that, fixing that radiator, and by the time they called me back, I told them, I said, well, you know, y'all did that on purpose. Y'all did that, you know, and they couldn't say anything about it because they knew they were caught red-handed. So that's why I say, you knowing a little bit about cars and a little bit about handy things, plumbing to an extent, to where you'll never be taken advantage of. Because, you know, that was the biggest thing as men, we have to handle the stuff over the women, you know, and that is in this
that's
space.
What I always say.
Yeah, in this space, I say this. I came over to this side of the manosphere for the knowledge. You know, like I tell guys, I've been married for 15 years. I don't have a dog in the fight when I hear guys, you know, coming at the women to a certain degree. because some of the issues that they have is truly genuine, but then a lot of them are just kind of off of pain.
Yeah,
It's a
just
struggle.
minuscule. Like, okay, what can a man really do? What can I really do about that? Like, is she gonna really help me do something about it, or it's like, can I really do something about it, or what?
Yeah, because I mean, for one, if no one's not helping you or for you, pretty much the whole saying, they not for you, they'll get you. And
Right.
a lot of these guys, they come at the aspect of how women won't deal with them because they truly, genuinely, don't know how to approach women, deal with women to a certain degree. And then when it comes down to it, it's always if the woman, is the baddest of the baddest, but you got to put yourself in the realm of, dealing with these women,
Right.
because most guys don't. If you don't know how to talk to a woman or just like the sense of approaching a woman, she's not gonna want to deal with you. So learn how to approach and speak up, talk. They're
What
just
is
key things you should have been learning when you're younger.
That's a good. I'm happy you went there because this, what I try to explain, I don't bring a lot of brothers to these discussion boards, this forums, because if they walk in there and you hear a brother like start crying or like really expressing his true heart, because I want to create a space online because that's off. That's really offline. I would never bring them brothers in here because it's like you said, they listening to certain guys and certain women, and they won't say, "Man, maybe Susie we call like in the military. I don't know, using the service, right or no?
No, I was never in service,
No.
but I know the term Susie and
They like
Jody.
Susie Rotten Crotch.
Yeah.
They like Susie Rotten Crotch may not experience this growing up, and so
Yeah.
when John Doe, Joe Blow come around, it's like you talked about he not talk to her. Then when he work on that, and then when it don't work, these guys are coming out and saying, "Yo, man, I'm putting my best foot forward. I know I'm not the same dude that the type of man she desired, or not even that, a certain type of man. It's just what it's like." And I say, like when I asked a brother, what would you say to him? They was like, well, pick up his man boots or his cojones. Is like, that's not, he heard that already. That's like if somebody passed away, oh, God got you. No, they heard that already. How can you help? It could either be nonverbal or verbal. How can a brother get real help from another brother? Like as you said, I don't know how to talk to him. What were some things, even not giving them a line, or what analogies, what are encouraging, uplifting words you can say, hey, try this or try that? What is something
Well,
you would think work? Like what you do with your wife when she say, or like example, I'm just giving that. You can use anything if it's not too personal.
yeah.
Baby, I look at today. How these pants look, how I looking at, what is some smooth word, smooth, not manipulating, kind words that you would say to your wife? What are some things when your wife say, feel like she's being negative about herself, but you're like, no, you still sexy as I don't know what from when I met you, and you really believe that, you think that, you know that, that's in your heart. And when you speak in your heart to her, what are some things you actually say to her without
Yeah.
manipulating her? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For one, women, a lot of women love compliments. So, just guys who notice the little things can go far. If a woman, wears something that you noticed before was kind of tight on her, now it's kind of loose, and you can say, "Hey, dang, what you been doing?" And they like, "What you talking about?" You hit them with, throw them off guard, like, "What's going on?" Like, what you been working out? You been doing something? Like, you look good,
Yeah, yeah.
or to the point of be like, is that a new dress or something? You probably seen it and it looks even better. Or the way she styled or got her clothes or hair done, you notice that by like, man, like I get my wife all the time like this. I always tell her, I be like, go back in the house. And she be like, what? I was like, nope, you ain't going outside looking like that because I ain't trying to fight today. Just go on back in the house and change your clothes.
Right,
And she
right.
be laughing like, man, stop, go on with all that.
Right. I think like your cheeks a little bit out. I don't mind the outfit, but I know I got to
Yeah,
deal with other men watching you.
yeah,
They gonna be
yeah,
looking. I'm not, and it's like not an insecure thing. It's like you really you really giving your wife like a consideration or a warning that it's not just about you can be liberated as a single, I mean not a single woman, but a wife. But at the same
Yeah.
time saying, or a man, and say, but what would my wife think? Or that woman I'm looking for, I'm trying to attract, or she may not be highly attracted, like things I can do. Like a lot of
And,
brothers may not get that because some brothers got the women. Some women, some guys will get direct messages, they get all the love, and they know how to receive it. That's another one. They know how to receive it. Like if a woman putting down her game, whatever that is, we don't even know. Because they like, I batted my eyes, I touched his arm, but it may not be enough. What are some things he can work on that you seen or what you have that make him more aware of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are some things that that brother can work on that'll make him more aware of that? You have any type of
yeah. Okay.
anything
For
to add to
one,
that? Mm-hmm.
yeah. For one, when it comes to guys who are in relationships, like I just said right there, it's not coming from a poem of me being insecure. That's actually
Right.
giving her a compliment
Right.
because by me saying that, look, she looks so good that other guys can't watch her. That makes her smile. And
Mm-hmm.
like with me, I'm confident in myself. To the point where if my wife cheats, she gonna cheat. I'm realistic about things. I don't sit here and just,
Mm-hmm.
man, if my wife cheat, man, I go crazy. I mean, that's the emotional side. Of course, you're gonna feel a certain way, but the point of it, logic is, you know, not trying to sound like a pimp or anything, but if she gonna go, she gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Most guys think that, if you put in the time and the work and all that, you can basically control to a certain degree and make her stay. That's not the case.
Not the
We see
case.
this time and time in relationships. The comfort of you being with her is more beneficial, and setting yourself to where if it's time to go, it's time to go.
You go.
Because
Nothing you can do
I'm not,
about it.
yeah, I'm not gonna be in a bad relationship where a woman
Mm-hmm.
treats me a certain way and I'm doing all the work and I'm putting in the effort to make her comfort and my be good. Can't do that. And
No.
then for the biggest thing about a dude getting into a relationship with a woman is this. You have to, I always say this a lot, and people get this misunderstood, because there's a 5%ers that talk about knowledge of self. I speak on knowledge of self. If you know who you are,
Mm-hmm.
then you good. You should be
Right.
able to lead an army because you know you're capable of doing that.
Right.
To a degree, guys don't have that level of confidence, so it shows in the relationship. When guys come on panels and say, "Man, I'm a good man. I do everything right," and these women are still not choosing me. Well, you gotta understand, those might not be the women for you
For
because
you.
going
Mm-hmm.
back to society standards, we all want those nice looking IG model chicks and big butts and stuff, but that might not be your lane, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the choosing signals, you go who's choosing you. Don't go after the most finest and brightest and she turned you down. You go
Mm-hmm.
away. That's not your lane. Not saying that you can't get a like what they call nines and tens, because in my opinion, my wife is a 10 all day, but society they might rate her a different
Right.
number. But the point of it
Mm-hmm.
is, as long as she a 10 in your eyes, that's what matters. Because I always tell people at the end of the day, you're not sleeping with everybody else, you're sleeping with her.
One.
And you see the beauty in her, that's what counts. So
Right.
getting your confidence together to where you focus on yourself, learn how to approach women, talk to them. I mean, just complimenting a woman is good.
Mm-hmm.
Small conversation. I met women in, the grocery store and just walking, and I might even ask them a question like, what you think about this? Have you ever cooked this before or something? That just starting
Right.
a small conversation.
Introduce her into the conversation if you wanted to talk to her.
Yeah, and if she's
Mm-hmm.
interested, she'll have a conversation with you and talk, and that's it. But if not, she'll say her piece and move on. Then you know what scale you're working at, because you
Mm-hmm.
know a woman who's friendly, she'll automatically talk to you. If
Right.
she's a not even to the point of being interested. Like even a woman who's not interested in a man, if he says certain things or just look at her a certain way, or just having that small conversation, most
Right.
women 9 times out of 10 be like, no, I never really recognized this guy like that. And, you
Mhm.
be a coworker, been
Right.
working there for like 3 years,
For years,
and
walk right by
yeah,
him every day, say hi to her and all that.
yep. And then all of a sudden, y'all having a conversation, or she hear you speaking with some other guys, and you be like, man, when I get married, man, the woman I have, man, she gonna get everything she desire.
Hmm.
In a sense to where we're building to where that's in that type of talk. She might say, dang, I never heard him talk like that, or I never knew he existed until now.
Right.
It's just having just conversations and being confident in yourself. See,
Right.
that's like the biggest things. A lot of guys in the space, not the whole going to dad trope, but they don't have those men that kind of give them that confidence level, or show them the little things to move around. Because
Yeah,
even
a
if
lot of men, when they do that, when they do come to the area, it's like they start diminishing them as the women that rejected them, start
yep,
bashing them as the women that reject them, and then they start getting their minds like, I don't want to be here. Then they leave. Like we had a group of brothers when we did try that, they left. I don't even see them online. I don't see them commenting in people's stuff. No, nothing no more. Because it's like this ain't helping them. It's like, well, I'd rather just be single or do it my way, and if it don't work, it just don't work. And it's a lot of them accept it. I think I'm one of the ones that accepted a lot of things, but still talk about it and try without being. I don't. Some people say I sound hurt, but not hurt to go hurt. Like, oh man, I broke up and she was a piece of trash. They don't say that. They say you just sound hurt, and a lot of men don't hear that. I mean, don't want to hear that. And I say it is men that they want to know what I experienced. And a lot of brothers don't really give their experience. They just say, well, you just, you ain't, oh, you talked to 20 women, none of work. I mean, you just messed up. And you would sit there like, nah, like we already know that the terminologies, I hate saying the words, I just use them to be funny, that we are called that, even outside. A woman, she's like, I was like, you be on social media? She said, no. She's like, I'm looking for an alpha or a masculine man. I was like, I'm guessing like masculine, that term was kind of already used before YouTube picked it up. I was like, I can get that one, but the alpha part, I was like, you part of something like Instagram, TikTok. She's like, well, I'll go on there. I was like, yeah. So it's like they already got this mindset set. Even if you separate those women that's married to the women that's engaged, the women that don't want you, but then even the women that want you, like you said, she overheard you talking. When she engaged you, where you engage her, it seemed like thunder and lightning instead of being like I'm walking through the field having a calm, smooth discussion with her or a conversation. And a lot of men, I don't think they really understand that really happens to men, and how we are not. I can say, okay, a woman can admire me, quote unquote, like me, but the desire of me, do she really desire that type of man? And it seems as they really don't. It's weird. I don't know. I don't want to sound weak, but it's like that's what my channel. I
well,
don't care if I sound a certain way. I know people watch, but it's as that don't work all the time. Like for
yeah,
me, I get to fight. I get to fight, brother. Like literally, I fight, and I'll be like in my mind, and I ask her, "Where did this come from?" We talked good on the phone when I first met you. We was having fun. We went out. I spent my money. I'm actually, I know her favorite color. I'm cooking her food. I'm serving her. Not in some whatever the words they want to use. But I'm being the
yeah,
man that I am. Just the man is me. My mother taught me. My father showed me. And it's still best foot forward. It's like it's not received. But you know what the
but you,
brothers get mad at? Okay, go ahead. I don't know if you're gonna say
nah,
something.
nah, I will let you finish. Go
Okay.
ahead.
And the
The
brothers
brothers
get
get mad.
mad because this dude whole truth is like those same women that now after they might have had a child or don't have a child, but all those guys that was the certain type of males, the opposite of the words I used in the title, those guys don't want them no more. And we looking and sitting around like, I know it shouldn't be a big deal, brother. I know it sounds silly to you, but you have a different heart, so you ain't gonna say those words. But I understand it might sound silly. We won't call them ran through, but we said that when we was younger. But the other words they use, and we sitting there like, man, what? We don't get that. I always said I want that first love energy when she, like when you, like if I watch the younger people now on Instagram with a guy at 19, 18, and 20, a lot of these guys didn't experience that until 30. Now the women, oh, now he like ugly duckling, or oh, now he got his man body. Now, and it's like those the same women he knew, because you can watch them and listen and look at who they dated. I know it's not supposed to matter who your wife used to be with, but some of the men are saying they're like, because he's about to experience a lot of things that he don't know how to handle. That's another knock on brothers like me. I don't know how to handle her past hurt, besides saying it's okay. And then a woman to say, well, he don't know how to not handle her like they say, but handle what I've been through. He don't have enough experience. I was about to say, they're like, no, we don't have that. Like I was talking to a lady I was dating with last night or the other night. I think it was last night. And I talked about things she experienced that I never did to women, like bad things that men do. He pained and hurt her. I never did that to a woman. I don't know, but then I'm feeling the baggage, the leftover, the residue, the dust of everything. We don't understand that, and then they're like, you got to learn how to deal with it. How you doing, brother?
Nah, that's not your fight. See, a lot of women, and see, growing up around our mothers, we get this from our mothers to take on that experience to, help a woman be better, help a woman this and help a woman that, be there for her. That's not your fight. If she's not willing to work with you to get past that, there's guys who literally took their women to counseling to make her be better so it can better their relationship. But you can't fix someone that's too far gone. I mean, pretty much it is what it is. Once you go off the edge, it's harder to get back up off the cliff. And some women, they're right there on the edge to, they had trauma from, being touched. I'm going to say, because I don't, to mess up their algorithm, but being touched back in the day, that sets their mind off to where they try to be in relationship. Excuse me. But they can't, because that side of them is still broken and open to, bad memories. So they got to get through that. And once a woman opens up, that kind of tends to let things out more, because, me and my wife during the dating process, she told me about some stuff that happened to her, and not along those lines, just being treated a certain way, like on a level of being treated a certain way in her family, to the point where, we talked about it. She, talked to counselors about it, and, the process is over, but it's the thing of being like having growing pains as being an oddball out, not only just in society, but in your family, and like you was referring to the ugly duckling type earlier, that scenario, to make it more, you got to date outside your realm, man. Sometimes you got to go to like
outside your realm.
Yeah,
Realm.
outside
Thank
your
you saying realm, because I hate because I don't advocate, and not to cut you off real quick, I was told my preference of black women or dark-skinned women, tall, is a fetish. Not to call out the brother, and I was saying I didn't get why he said that, because I would love to go on a panel and talk about everything that was being said, but in a manner of, all right, brother, I don't want to fight you. I want to understand you. So maybe when I respond, I understand you and I can get that understanding. I don't have to go out of my race, or just because some of my videos, I might have harshly judged black women, because that's the only way I can use, but I know I didn't. I just said, man, this happened to me. Like I gave the example, she fought me, but I don't. They outside my parameters or realms, not my race, and I don't see nothing wrong with that if you do that. But I don't prefer it, and a lot of brothers don't. That's the problem we're falling in. Stay outside your parameters. Mm-hmm.
I mean, my thing when I say it like that is, if you live in a, basically, let's just say, mediocre, well, not the hood, but middle class type of environment. You like suburbs or something. You deal with those type of women, but they want to be hood chicks.
Right.
Because they want to run around and listen to Cardi and pop out. Any girl with a young mindset, I call that a young mindset, to where you want to chase the bag or snap your fingers or do some little certain things. I don't deal with those type of women. Like me and my wife was having a discussion. She was like, "What if I always want to, get weaves and like blue color, because that's like the whole argument about hair." I tell like, I don't care if my wife wear weave, as long as it look good.
Right.
I'm not wearing it. It's not for me. It's for her. But of course, she wears her hair natural. She got long natural hair. It just sometimes she want it different, so she might throw some weave in there to like extend it longer, then take it back out, or do it a style a certain way to where she want a lot more hair. That's her. As long as it look good, I don't have a problem with it. So
that's what I
don't
a lot of tell women. I don't have no problem with the blonde, green hair. It's just what's that? The like the aura, not the aura, the energy.
Energy, yeah.
They start acting right, like not being funny. Yeah. I talk to dance strippers, escorts, or whatever. When I see them wearing a blonde hair, they act more like fake exotic for everybody. Yeah. But when they're black hair, they're more black woman. See what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's like, why do they do that? That's weird.
I'm not dating no chick with. I mean, I could do the basics, the blonde and all that stuff to a certain degree, but really, I don't even prefer blonde hair women. But like wearing those different colors, that just showed the kind of ratchet side. And I'd be like, I don't deal with women like that, And it's crazy that guys will still think that they have that as an option to choose that type of woman. I mean, you should know your standings with her. There's a guy named Otho Williams. He wrote a book called The Holographic Relationship.
Okay.
And it's a figmentation, it's a hologram. It's not the real thing. It's not the real virgin, And then he got another book called How to Land a Dismount in a Dysfunctional Relationship. And they kind of coincide with each other, because a lot of people get into these bad relationships and don't know how to get out of them. If a woman, you're trying, let's like earlier, we're going to take that stand. If you're trying to, put this woman in a better light, but she's broken, it's a dysfunctional relationship, which you can't, most guys, like the women always talk about the builder man, like they try to build a man who not really, that's the same instance what guys sometimes do, where they have the hood chicks that look good, and they be like, man, she's so fine. If she could just be like this, man, this would be the perfect woman.
Only seen a few or met a few chicks, ladies, females from my hood, ghetto, whatever you want to call it, projects, that had the mind. I say, I can take you out of here, or not take you out. We both can remove ourselves, but still, no, I'm cool with everybody. Still be part, even we have to live there for a little longer while we go to school or better our lives. I can see myself with her, but you got to remember, just like men, I tell women, I believe them. There may not be a lot of men, but how are you looking at them? Because if he could be in a hood product, but he may not fit the 60,000, maybe he's trying to work on his life still, but he ain't driving them. Or some guys will drive a Benz that live out there, and I'll be like, well, you might as well go purchase a house now and get that Benz later. But the mindset, just ask her. Yeah. You can wear that them name brand things.
Yeah, because if you meet a woman at that point of where they at in their life, and all they want is to chase guys with money, do this and that. Like, dude, you got to make that choice. Nobody
Right.
else can make it for you. Those women that have that type of mindset, they're gonna have that until they get older. When they change, just like you
Right.
talking about the whole coming back to the guys from back in the day, and might have a baby or deal. I had a chick like that I used to deal with. She had a baby, and she was
Mm-hmm.
trying to holler back at me. You know, I entertained it to see what it was about,
Mm-hmm.
and the mindset of her was different. It was like she was in one instance trying to scramble to get what she want out of life, but the other instance still trying to look and see what she can get out of it.
Okay.
If that makes sense, to the point where
Mm-hmm.
she want to be a better woman for her life, but she still want to have that fun. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of women do that. They get to a
Right.
point in their life to where they say, "Well, I want to change. I want better for my life. So let me go after the guys that are regular." But all through,
Mm-hmm.
you wanted those, baller type, guys that spend money, or just, just in general. The computer science guy, he looks good in your later 20s, early 30s. But
Right.
in your early 20s, when you should have been choosing them, you wanted to
Yes.
go after, the baller type, or the muscular looking guy. So,
Mm-hmm.
and to a degree, she's gonna get what she wants, but not the level that she needs. So,
That's what a
she
lot
might.
of us we experienced that, brother. Exactly what you just said, and that's another battle. It is a battle that we'll be talking about, but like a war zone, trying to not convince her, but say, you know what, you want a better life, but let me show you. Because sometimes, and a lot of us do, because we not changing her. Men don't think we can change her. We feel as a woman can fit in, or we can bring her into something and let her expand. But a lot of them don't see that. It's like, well, they start using the word. See, they use trickery. That's why I don't follow it. I tell people. That's why I was like, I think about the spirituality of things, of how they do this online, because it create the new super slave. I did a thing on that about super slave, and I found the article. I'm gonna show everybody and read it off, and I want to talk to it with brothers and sisters. It's like, what you think? They talk about embracing the black people a certain way. This is how they portrayed the media. They did it on purpose. There's
Yeah.
nothing to do with John Lynch or Jim Crow. And and I want to show people that it's articles out there that I try to save and keep on my Google photos, because they some reason you can't find stuff again. And I want to show people like, man, this really not just saying CNN purposely show negative things on black people, know what I'm saying, or be racist towards us. No, there's really a thing that was created for this. So it's created for those women to say, I'm out the hood, I got my bachelor's degree, I got a house and a car, but now the man got to have a certain amount of money, or even if I'm messed up in the head, he got to accept it. And then now I worked on it. Oh, now I'm way better than everybody. And I don't know if you ever listened to Crimson Cure. You ever
Yeah.
listen to her?
Yeah.
She said something profound. She says, not that a lot of our race women, black women, won't be with a man that make less income. It's that because she listened, and I had to listen to a lot of the black women videos, or when black women being interviewed, you know what they're doing? She said, and I noticed, and I'm like, wow, I never caught that. We didn't catch that either. A lot of the brothers. Now that'd be helpful too, but not to be negative about the black women. Say, oh, see, look at her. See, I told you. No, it's not a throw shame and to make her hate her or hate her, make more black men hate them. Is to make them aware she think less of you. I said, wow, they think less of us, and I just brought up respect. They're superior, but they don't respect you because they look at you as inferior because of, I guess, the key thing: money, power, and respect. It don't look the same way, and that's the horrible notions black men don't build. And we saying, well, we build our homes, we build our lives. And like I see channels where a black man can be great, right? And then he have all these things for himself. And these women, our race women, that say, well, he ain't building nothing, he ain't doing nothing. He's like, yes, he did. He don't have a chance to make videos if it's not his forte, just having fun. His forte is he want to introduce to young black men or young males or any race male the digital market, the Bitcoin or insurance and things you do. And real quick, your channel was She We Hear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure I had the right channel. I wanted to share it. There you go. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but when it comes down to it, I'm about to jump off in a minute. But
okay,
when it comes down to it, this is the crazy aspect. We try too much to conform to please a lot of women. So when these women get to a point where they say, well, I got all this money, for instance, like if you ain't building, well, I don't need to be with him because he ain't building. That's cool. In my opinion, there's a lot of women out here that would choose me. So why would I force myself or waste time with a woman that's not interested in me? That goes back to what I was saying earlier. You know, choose who want to be with you. You know, we try to push ourselves to be with these type of women that don't deserve us. You know, why am I gonna go ahead?
Do you think there's a space? I don't know, you've been married, what have you seen where black men, if they go here and the black women that's already there, if they there, that he will actually find more black women? Or do you not? I don't know, you've been married. That's how I'm asking. Like, do you know or anything?
The thing is, you gotta, like I was saying, get out of your realm. Not saying date outside your race. You know, I don't have a problem. If any guy wants to, date outside his race, that's on him. If he feels he's not getting a fair shot, by all means, you're going where you appreciate it. That's where the just do is. So I don't have a problem with that, but I prefer, like me, my wife's Jamaican,
Yes.
And like I told guys, I was going after a black woman. I didn't go look for a woman that wasn't black American. She just so happened to be Jamaican. This the one out of all the women I messed with. She just so happened to be that, and she had 2 kids. That's why I say, she had 2 kids before I married her, and then turned around, we had 2 more kids.
Right.
So life is good, and that's why I say I don't push.
You need 2 more for the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, I don't push dudes messing with single moms and all that. I'm just saying my thought pattern. I wanted kids. She had kids, so I seen how she was as a mother. So I knew that she'll be a good mother for my kid. That was my mindset going into that relationship. Because I dated women with kids before, and it didn't work out so good. She was actually one of the last ones, because before her, I said I wouldn't mess with no more women with kids, because they would, most women, like, they would have that mentality, and you can kind of see as they need you to take care of them. Like, I need you to take care of me and my kids. Like, what are you gonna bring to the table? A lot of guys hear that. What are you bringing to the table for us?
Right.
Versus me and you having a relationship, because I already know if I'm messing and investing in you, I gotta invest with and invest in these kids. That's a given. So a smart person will have that mindset that if he wants to really be with me, he's gonna be with my kids.
Right. She had that mindset to say, I'm not, and this was a lot of women do, kids or no kids, they already come in with, I'm preparing to leave mentality. You come with that, or he come with that, or she come with that, it's not going to work. You already created the atmosphere. So if argument or disagreement of this indifference work, and what is one thing before you jump off, if it's real quick, even if it's one line, that you and your wife or your lady, when she was not your wife, what is one things or one thing you didn't practice that you hear online that people practice in their relationships? That's like, well, it's not gonna work if you do this. I know it's not gonna fare well. What is one thing you and your wife, if you can think of real quick,
I
that y'all didn't do?
I can't even really put a finger on
Okay,
it.
if you got it, put it in the comment section. Yeah, and I'll reiterate in the next video then. Yeah, because it's
One
things that
thing
I
that we
think.
did
Mhm,
that
mhm.
probably they said it probably wouldn't work or something, or
Yeah, like if I say if I'm gonna withhold my money, or I'm already coming in thinking it's not gonna work, I'm already being this way. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change me, not compromise, just change because it's gonna help my woman. Things of that nature. Like, what didn't
oh.
you do? Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know, cause basically, like to be honest, man, even my wife having kids, I came into the relationship telling her before we get married, or, I gotta either talk to this guy, meet up with him. We gotta have that discussion because
Yes.
I'm not trying to replace him, but I'm gonna technically be over these kids to where, you know, he like it or not. If they do something wrong, like that's my biggest thing when I told my wife getting into our relationship. I
Mm-hmm.
said, if your kids do something wrong, I'm not waiting on you to come home
Right.
because that creates that division amongst most kids in which the kids know that you're not the dad, you can't put your hands on them, so they can wild out, talk to you any kind of way, disrespect
Right.
you, and knowing that I can tell my daddy or my mama say you can't touch me. So it's
Mm-hmm.
more like a fear mentality over that man to where he can't even discipline or either have any kind of discussion
Mm-hmm.
with a child that he's pretty much raising.
Right.
Like I told my wife, I said if it's not that I'm an abusive guy, but if I can't whoop your kids,
Yeah.
I don't need to be around them
Mm-hmm.
because I don't need them to tell me you ain't this and you ain't that and coming at me all foul. I'm a grown man. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take no disrespect from adults. So why would I take it from a child? That was a given
Mm-hmm.
right there. And me
Yes.
standing up as a man, I let her know there's certain things that we need to work on far as the relationship with me and you. There's certain things you might have had in your past or
Mm-hmm.
some. Let's get that out the way now, so
Yes.
it won't be a surprise later on. Because what we talk about right now determines how long we stay together. Because there's certain
Yep.
things I might need to work on, and let's bring it
Mm-hmm.
to the light now, so it won't be an issue later on down the line. I remember when I first met you, you used to always hang out in the club, and I didn't like
Right.
it, but I dealt with it because you was a good guy. Like, let's talk about it now, so I can make that
Mm-hmm.
adjustment. I won't be in the club as much,
Right.
because when my wife technically met me, I was always in the club, but she didn't understand until I told her. I said, I do marketing. So I promote. I'm always in the club promoting clubs, promoting artists, and there's times when I had my friends do all the work for me. I didn't have to go. I didn't have to do it. I just let them do it, and I just paid them the money because I was like
Right.
supervisor over this promotional company.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the thing. A lot of people they hold too much stuff in and won't talk about stuff, and it makes it
Oh,
hard down the
right.
line to where the communication gets lost because you're so focused in on trying to, either please that woman or be there for that woman, and she's not reciprocating. She's not showing that I'm gonna be there for you and be pleasing for you. So that it makes it hard on both sides to actually get that balance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's why I tell guys, don't cater yourself to a woman. You structure your relationship to where both of y'all can win. I'm not gonna
Okay.
put everything into this woman and not put into myself. That's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm kind of missing my guy channel right now. Gold Professor. He
Yeah. Yeah.
talks about
Yeah.
the 9 laws of self-government,
Mm-hmm.
and rule number one being discipline. Um, rule number two, protecting yourself, and rule number three, I always say apply. It's applied selfishness because it can be turned on
Mm-hmm.
and turned off. And you got to apply selfishness for yourself. You know, in a relationship, I can't do that happy wife, happy life thing because if I'm not happy, how can I make you happy and make the family happy? See,
You heard
most
this
guys
one
they get it.
before? You heard this one before?
Go
Happy
ahead.
spouse, happy house.
Yeah,
You heard that
I
one?
heard that,
Okay.
but the thing of it is, it's not used. See, it's been
Mm-hmm.
taken out of the lexicon to the
Right.
point where it's supposed to be on both ends,
Yes.
to
That's
where the
yep. That's
man
why he
and
said
woman.
it that way. Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And that's what a lot of men and black women and black men we choose certain things that Like I heard a black woman say online, she was Latino or Asian or a white woman said, "I'm sad today. My husband." She's like, "Did you ever think about your husband? Do you make him happy? Is he happy?" And then the funny part, it's not funny, but it's like it was revealing and exploiting in a good way. This is what it meant to be negative. I thought it was good. She said, "Wow, I really didn't think about my husband every time I was sad." And it made her think. The lady, I guess they had an ongoing discussion. I don't think about my husband enough, but he always thinking about me. He at work, he had texted me, and I had to look at my single friends. They mad at a man saying grand rising to them or good morning, or they use the word morning. Beautiful. I can't wait to see you tonight on our date. They're getting mad at them. I got a man at home that I actually appreciate, and I'm honored by him texting me sweet notes throughout the day and sending me silly pictures of him acting silly or videos doing stupid stuff like he watching the guys at work, they do construction. She had to think about, wow, that she had to really think about what really made her happy. But like you said, being around a certain group, they didn't see the happiness in their man's sweet messages in the morning at the AM or sending them silly videos or even spicing it up, sexting and stuff. And they didn't see greatness in that. And it was almost like she had to step back and even leave some of the women alone at the level she was leaving, messing with them with. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's a balance, man. When it come down to it, like seriously, that balance of you not seeing that at home, like you will rub off. You know, when I got married, one of my other partners got married, the other guy got married, it rubbed off. Same thing as when girls that teen pregnancy in high school. When those girls go and have a baby, that's why back in the day, you used to either go stay in the country with your grandma, so you had the child, then bring them back, or they would sit there and they would kind of, get it to the point where the kids couldn't be about all that, thinking that it was glorified. They'll kind of demonize that girl for that to kind of get all the other kids like, oh yeah, I want to be like her. She, what I'm saying, her life is over.
It was good shaming. It was good shaming in a sense.
Yep,
I remember that because I experienced that. Yep. Yes, sir.
Nowadays, man, it's like kind of pushed as it being a good thing. Like, oh man, you can have a kid, and it's good. You can take care of this. Your parents will do this for you. They'll help you out. And it's like, whoa! It's like now having a baby is appreciated. Nah, it shouldn't be
tell
like
that to young men. Oh man, you got a baby, man. That's good. And then the young man in his mind like, I don't want this baby. I don't know how to take care of this baby. He don't have no example, and then not even no example. He don't even have the atmosphere. Like right now, I'm single. I want a child. I have an atmosphere. If I had a child, regardless of my income, my child have somewhere to live at. I'm not living with nobody. I'm not in the street. I'm not out there doing all that crazy stuff where my child would be in danger if I bring a child into the house. But they don't even have that. They don't even have the basic necessity of a place to stay before you can talk about providing and protecting. And that's what I want to talk about and get the dialogue rolling with the brothers, the ones that's online. Because offline, I don't think a lot of them brothers will come on here. So offline, I would love to bring you on, get Ice, even my brother Sly. And one thing that I try to give to brothers too, I try to call them sir. I know how much time you got left to speak on that real quick, or I'll do that individually or wait another time. Even calling them sir.
Yeah, we could drop that another time because I'm ready to jump off.
All right, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, then.
And everything. Yeah, you have a good day at work. Be safe, man. Don't stick your hands where they're supposed to go. Your wife wants your fingers, man. She gonna need them things.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll let you.
You have a good day.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, it's brother She right there. Cool brother. I met through Sly and Ice Turner, and it's other brothers I would love to chop it up with. And then you got brother Underrated Darkness. You got Sly Jones. You got Ice Turner. Even Mr. David. Even the brothers that's common. That's another type of day. I didn't dish you, brothers. I didn't forget you. But that's not. I know you hear it. But I don't say, man, they horrible, black women horrible. But that's my title. I made it as a joke. I'm a dusty incel beta low value man. But in actuality, I'm a kind, caring, loving, able, good manner, values, ethics, and moral of a man. If the woman can't see you as good, I can truly say I do look at me when a woman argues. It do, and it hurts because like we was going good, and you brung up an argument that I kept saying this changes me, or saying I don't think we should be together. That changes the heart of the man. That's pushing him away. That's not a draw in. That's not a covenant of love. It's not a building. That's not a being of love. That's not a sharing a gift. It's a drawback. And I wish we as a people can understand that. If you don't want to be, I loved how my brother said, just let's go over some quick things before I start my day. And he spoke on be the best you. Be the best version of you. I know we hear that a lot, but let's bring that into fruition. Work with your hands. Your skill and knowledge shouldn't be I hate black women, or it shouldn't be always because I have you can check out my other videos. If you want me to make a playlist, and I will watch a lot of my videos and to put them in a playlist to say I'm not calling black women out. I'm saying, yo, I messed up. Not like I'm a woman I know. She said, I hate when you speak. I tell the truth. I'm not great. I don't think. No, I'm very handsome, but I don't think I'm the most. Come on, I'm not conceited as hell. I'm not stuck up. I'm not bougie. No, I do well for myself. No, I don't have a house, but I may not be here to help every woman that come past me. You don't have to do what you don't have to do, brother. But I can help a woman regardless of my situation right now. Right now, it don't regardless. I can help a woman in some shape, form, or matter that they don't talk about online. And that's what I want to get the discussion going. Talking about it online in these spaces, because in these spaces is needed, because a lot of people out of those spaces that come to their channel and they create their platform is about hate. Like I want to get my brother Sean King and David Bowman. And I told David before, your mentality is wrong. Mine is wrong. I told him that. If black women, there is a group of black women that hate you. But there's also a group of black women that don't hate you. I've seen it. That's why I don't say if my first talk is you're sexist, you're a misogynist. Wait, no, I don't. I'm sorry. The truth is the truth. Take me away from the truth, and then we have something to say. But like black men is he's not a dusty. He's not an incel. He's not a beta male. He's not a low value man. He just don't fit into her box. Don't put yourself in that box. You don't have to put yourself in that box because that's not what you're looking. I'm not looking for now. I'm not looking for them women that want a white man. I am not part of her box. I'm not part of her circle, not part of her atmosphere. I'm not part of her realm. I'm not part of her parameters. I am nothing. They're not for you. They'll get you. Who is for you? She will get you. That woman. You only want one woman. One. I don't want the whole panel of women. I don't want all the women in Africa. I don't want all the women in America. I want one woman. One. All you need is to have one to understand you and get you. And all you need is to get her. You take advice, or you receive, or they relay in a advice. You receive it, right? And what you do, you process it. You say, I don't know if her advice is going to work for me, or I don't know if that's for me. It's not for you all the time. If she feel heartily, she got to go to another race man to create a life of the luxury she want, of her desire. Let her be. Let her be. You choose who you are attracted to. She choose who she's attracted to. So if she's attracted to you, she's attracted to you. You don't got to buck dance for her. That's going out of your race. You ain't got a big macho man, You ain't got to puff up for her. No, you don't. You don't got to spend $200. You don't got to spend $5,000. I don't care if you make $200,000 a year. You don't have to spend no $500 on no date. You don't have to go to the best restaurant in the world. You put your best foot. Your best foot forward is you. Because when you present yourself to her, that's you. She don't accept it. It's nothing wrong with you. And you don't got to travel the world to meet somebody. Date outside your parameters, not race, if that's not what you're looking for. Because if you keep trying to look for that, you're going to be farther. If you got all these options, you're not choosing no good option. I guarantee you. If you create and form all these options for yourself, you will not have no good options. I want a quality of one and not a quantity. I want the good, healthy values of morals and ethics of a woman, not the what you talking about. Think about what you talking about. You want all these things of a woman, but you're trying to convince, you're trying to assimilate, you kind of conform to her. What is her value? The value of what is, I just spelled parameter wrong. I think I spelled parameter wrong. I think it's a PE. See, I kept spelling it wrong, so I said forget it. I know I spelled it wrong. So the value of this woman, it can't be of the same, what you would call, I did spell it wrong, like a retard. The parameters, PARA. I knew I was spelling it wrong, like a retard. Don't use the word a lot. It's the form of dying the systems or set conditions of the operation. A quantity, a value selected. Well, it's basically it's a characteristic that help define or classify a particular system. In this system, you're trying to find a woman. Now if you're talking about I'm just saying now, men in general, women, you set the parameters. What are you looking for? She don't fit that. Keep moving on. Don't be the women. Our women don't become our women. Like you can see the comments. And it's things that men say. Brother recommended the book by Otho Williams, The Holographic Relationship Between Consciousness and Intimacy. You can check it out. I'll read books. I'll probably get it. My mind is not in that area right now, but this not either, but it's just I'm seeking for a Black woman that I love my chocolate women. I love brown skinned Black women. 2 women ago, she was brown, she was my complexion or lighter. No beef. Didn't work because the ideal of the mind. Once you conquer your mind of what you want, now I have to be honest, because if my daughter came to me and she said, "Dad, I want to be married," I said, "Okay, what are things you doing?" She's like, "Well, I got that's not what is it. Your degree is not. I'm not." Black women, we love that you have degrees. So if you wanted to utilize them, that's the part that you use. But that's not what we're looking for. So your degree, you go to work. How are you working on? I'm going to look for the Black woman that's working herself so she can be a help to me and I can help her. If she got already saying, I got a separate bank account, now after I know the man married me and he courted me, I still have a separate bank account that's designed, the parameters to leave him, or if something go wrong, not that he get hurt, or that's not what they build an account on. I want no woman to lie to you. Tell me the truth. You're building it because your exit strategy. I don't want no woman that way. Because you know why? Less options of something taken away, they will not leave. And that shows a true heart. I was like, dang, I'm mad at you. Or this is me, this her. This is her on this side. I'm looking to the right. I'm mad at you. I'm her. I'm the lady. I'm the lady. I'm mad at you. Now, if I should look to the left side, girl, or you know what, I'm gonna come over and hang out with you because I think you a better man than my man. I don't want the left side. I want the right. I always want the woman to talk. I'm mad at you, and she talked to me. Her left side, she cheating, talking to her friends that don't want to be married. I want that woman that's looking at me on the right side. So now I'm gonna look at the camera with it and her and say, how can we get better together? I want that type of woman. No man, and like as you said, you the governing body yourself. No man, I'm sorry, and I will. If a woman, not talking about dating, when you court her fiance, marriage, and she's still building an account separately, accounts, not just money, not just income. This might not work. She's building that. That's the left side. She's building that against, instead of keeping it here on the right, because you're going to always be in the right direction. Left, you're going to be lost or long or gone. I don't want this side. If any woman if she will operate in the left side, I don't want it. Right. See, it's easy to do right. It's hard. No, it's harder to do right. It's easy to go to the left. Easy. It's easy for her to say that because that's an excuse. I'm not giving an excuse why I'm taking her out and spending my money on her. So she shouldn't have no excuse of why leave your money in the right side. We ain't touching it. That's for a reason. That's for the extra. I'm paying $2,000 for life insurance, and we want to maximize our life insurance. And all we need is an extra $1,000. And she made 50. So out of her 50, her 80, 90, or 100,000 she made with my 60, 100, 90,000, 120,000 a year I make. Her monies is going towards something to benefit our family for the rest of our life. Her money is not going into a savings account that only benefits her if something happened. We don't need that. We already know that. For me, I watched it. That don't work. Anything separate from the wife and the husband, the man and woman, do not benefit them. If another woman listens to another man, it don't benefit. She listens to her husband, it benefits her. That means the outcome is greater than least than. What's the most common denominator? What's the common numerator? Being with her man on one accord, working together, governing ourselves. And a brother, Dr. I defined that video with Dr. Miles Monroe. He said, you're single, even as I met you at the club. I don't want to stop you. I'm not trying to do with Steve. It's something different. I met you at the club, but you wilding out. No, I met you at the club. You was calm and cool. Some people meet at the bar. That is still a meeting. That's a meeting place to me. Meeting place can be a strip. I'm sorry. I seen people met on sex sites, not orgy clubs or sex clubs, but clubs, and still married longer than people that met in the church. That met in that's Muslim. That's African. That's Caribbean. That's Puerto Rican, Asian. I know people married longer than those people, or they didn't divorce because they stayed on the right side. And she put her monies here and say, we're not touching your money. No, it's here because you're staying. You're not leaving. You're not in the already mind of being absent from that person. If you create an absent, so I can't go out on my race. I'm not creating an absence of Black women. Because once I do that, sorry, I've been with Black women that went out their race. A lot. It's few I'm starting to see didn't create the absence of the man in general. Or now, if I'm speaking on Black men, she didn't create an absentee ballot of Black men. Well, I'm going to stay on the right because I know that I'm still Black and I know there's still a lot of good Black men out there. Or she just went forward and said, in my parameters, I live in a predominantly white area. But Black men are presenting themselves to me. That's why I married a Black man. I didn't force. I didn't go into a groups or a discussion forum, not part of no pill or no movement. She's saying, I met the man because I was being me. herself first of governing, get rid of jealousy, the hatred of the other gender. I don't want to keep my money away just because I'm thinking it's having an end mentality, optimistic mentality. But the good quality, she came in. I'm gonna respect the men I'm with. I respect black men. She already won that battle. I love myself, so I'm gonna love him. And children, I got children, but I know that if he's gonna be involved in my life, he's gonna discipline my child. I can't fight him on that. And we got to get that out of our mind that that's a downfall. The downfalls is when we pick and choose to separate, divide, and not give each other the opportunity we deserve to create, to build that love that we have. I am love. I am truth. I am resolve, resolution. I'm a black man. I'm good. I'm already putting myself forth. So when I present myself to her, I don't fake. Money to me don't matter. Like I said, she can have all that money. You can make 50,000 a year, but you met her. You already been saving 10 to 20,000 a year. Your baby gonna be good if you have a child. Your finances. See, people don't understand wealth or how really they call them dividends really work. I have dividends other than just my job. I have, besides my job that I love, I do work outside of my job, or I have a job. And outside my job, I'm doing other things that create me money, but that's not going to be calculated. We calculated it based on the economy or what. If my job is building houses, that's all year round. But if I want to do the yard, unless they hire me to do the snow or to keep the sidewalks clean, then that's not all year round job. So my other job is where now that's where I'm building my incentives, whether I'm an entrepreneur or work for a company, I'm building my incentives and my 401k with. But these is helping me form other things within my boundaries of the power I have with my woman. And I wish now, not wish, Brother Talk, hashtag Brother Talk series. Let's look forward. And if you go to an interview, you wear a suit. You don't say, "What's up, my ninja?" Can we start addressing each other with honor, courage, and respect? That's the Marine Corps way. Honor, courage, and respect. Can we start addressing each other with that way? And we go farther. And I put on filters. I think I have a natural filter. Like people say, you talk bad about women. I say, no, I ain't call her the B word. But then I had to learn, even though I didn't call her the B word, I said something that disrespected her in her mind. So I got to talk to her. So in your mind, brothers, a lot of brothers don't come together with other brothers because in their mind, they already have preconceived annotations or notations of them. So without preconceiving things in his mind from that brother, he's realizing, I do need a filter. I know how to call a brother like, "Yo, man, you a punk. You saw," or like, "Man, stop being stupid. Oh, that's stupid. You were being a fool." They know I'm not calling them stupid, fool, a punk, or PUS. They know it's not directed. But if a brother expressing his hurt and you're like, "Man, you a punk for that," shut down. He done. That's why separate spaces are needed. They are not pill spaces. They are not going their own way or men talking only about dating other race. That is just a space where men, whether that they do, where men can say, "Man, thank you for hearing me out," and he will receive that. Now we can sound funny, and it's not. I don't care what nobody say. Just imagine if an 8-year-old come to you, you ain't gonna call him a chump or punk. You're gonna use it on the back end, be like, "Man, that's some chump." So after you say, "Yo, man, I understand you first." You understand, and he's like, "Yo, so I get it. You're not feeling, and here's some things you can do." Then he can receive the joke. Then it's like, brothers, it's sad that brothers don't get that or they don't want to do it with their brother. Do that with that. I'm sorry. I will meet all my brothers, which I have, where they at. I meet him where he at. I don't think highly of him. I don't think no lowly of him. I think honor of him. I respect my brother. I respect the drug dealer because I respect the drug. I talked about that before. I know what it can do. I know what he can do. I know his different mentality. I know what he came from. I know how he was raised. I know I know it. But I don't have to. I don't think less of him. I really honor him because it's like I honor him because I respect what happened, the product of his environment, his people, his race, who he is. So what I say unto one, I say unto all, it's your path, your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely, brother. We gonna make better choices today going forward. Let's get this going online. I already have something offline. I don't introduce offline with my online because it's conflicting, because I want the online brothers, they're going to have words and terminologies and do and say things that brothers offline we don't talk about, we don't care for, and we definitely don't give it no power. So brothers online, we can speak it. They'll know exactly what we're talking about. And one day, and if you I look at multiple things real quick. Black Panther, how they fought for the Black Panther power and the vibranium, but the tribes, they was all working on their own. They all had their own abilities, and they asked for help from each other. When now, if that gay black man, that hood black man, that nerdy black man, that rich black man, that poor black man, they all can sit in the arena and fight the real fight. And if one day when we do come together, and if it's a white man, a Puerto Rican man, an Asian man, or he a Latino, Puerto Rican, Latino, Hispanic, Asian, or Middle Eastern man, want to come and join us and really be in the group. They're not coming to dominate. They're not coming to come attack our women. If they want to be with, I won't have no problem. One of them say, "Yo, I respect what y'all doing," but I want to tell you this. The Spirit showed me this. Brothers, until we come together, gay, straight, the top influencer to the lowest influencer, the low value, quote, I'm just using terms, the high value, but not fully, super powerful or weak. Until we come together, slavery won't end, war won't end, racism. Sorry, brothers. I don't look at that. So I don't want to be supreme. I don't cover for every black man and every black woman. But I know this in true heart. If you can feel it, if you play this to a white person, this is not supremacy. A Middle Eastern person, this is not supremacy. And we know this is true. If black men come together, we can end poverty, we can end war, we can end racism. We can black men we don't want to conquer and dominate nothing. Imagine black man holding his hand arm wrapped around my arm. We just walking. We knocking over mountains and buildings that never been knocked over, that our ancestors started to knock over, and we finish it. We knock over that racism. So if that white man not racist, you know what happened? It's like in the video game. He'll come behind us, and then he'll lock arms with them. And until we do it, because Middle Eastern men not doing it, white men not doing it, Asian men not doing it, damn sure Latino, no other race men is trying to create a power within a power for men and women and children and babies, all life form on earth, to stop destroying each other. Black men, we the only one doing it because we the only one we the only race that has to fight every day in and out in everything we do. No other race has to do that. So they're not going to do what we about to do until black men come together on one code, and the code is understanding. It's not about if you want to educate your soul in a private or public school, choose one, or vocational, technical, but that don't stop just because you're in a different tribe, just because you live in a different area, that don't stop you saying, "What's up, my brother? Oh, you dropped that, here you go. Oh man, don't be starting stubborn over there. He ain't come over here for this." Till we stop it, the world ain't coach. I don't care what nobody say. I put that to the most high, the universe, until black men create, form, and build the power, not supremacy. We're not taking nothing over. We sharing and bringing everything. Share, bring together. Share, bring together. Until black men do that, nothing ain't gonna change on this earth. And somebody tell me different. Somebody show me where a white man is creating a church where black men or all race men coming together and pushing it and marching in the street. The only men to march in the street was black men. We the only men that ever took 1 million. No other race men have took 1 million men to walk down the street. And the other race men, white, black, poor, no other race have done that. That's not supremacy. That's black men taking over. There's no supremacy in that. That's black men ending war, racism, and poverty. Until black men do that, that stuff ain't going in. So I'll leave it at that. Black men, until we come together, we not going to end war. We not going to end racism. I guarantee you today, if we did that for 1 year, none of that stuff will happen in this earth. People talk about, oh, people got to die or tribal. No, it's going to work until we do it. But black men, we got to know we can do it. Black men, we got to stop saying that don't work. It do work. Who built the roads? Imagine the guy that built the road didn't work with that company. Who built the house? Imagine if the electrician, come on, I can call out anything right now that's in my house right now. Is different entities, or you say black men, gay, straight, hood, nerdy, rich, poor. If they all didn't work together, we wouldn't have that in our house today. So you have a great day. Shalom.